Okay, let's. Yo, what's good, Jay? Alright, so it's gonna be hell because I can't look at my stream on YouTube while I'm live, so I gotta wait. Okay, let's wait for anybody else who's joining to join, and then we'll go from there. Oh, I can't see it. All right, I just gotta turn this down because I don't want it to echo off of the stream. Okay, so that's one person. We're gonna give it a second and then see if anybody else joins. Oh. Oh no, what the? I'm not opening Discord while I'm live. That's a recipe for disaster. You seen that gear? No, I haven't. Should I react to that first? Because I feel like that is some people would want to see. You know what? Yeah, hold on. We'll come back to that. Oh Jesus. Is this the one? Cause there's oh no, hold on, wait a minute, this shit got me sick. Whoa. Okay. August 6th. That. Okay, yeah. Definitely looking forward to this. Hold on, let me. Kaido's getting his ass kicked, bro. Swear. Yo, they push this shit back. I'm gonna be pissed because you can't just give us this kind of teaser and then fucking like, are you serious, bro? It came out 3 days ago. Oh yeah. Oh, in Japan. That's in Japan. I'm getting a VPN because I need to see this when it comes out. bro gave Kaido's nose a little bit of a smooch. I'm definitely getting a fucking VPN to see this shit, bro. Oh, I didn't even know this came out. 8.4 million views? Sounds about right. I like that for real. I like that. Goat D Luffy he's just gonna be that guy. I'm sorry to tell you. Now, is this on par with the Super Saiyan reveal? Nah, not even close. That was a completely different ballpark. However, comparing this to some like Ultra Instinct, I feel like this is gonna be more hype. I'm not gonna lie. Ultra Instinct is cool, don't get me wrong. And you can say it's a bad take all you want, but Goat D Luffy is chef's kiss, bro. Alright. Let's get back on topic. So, here we go. Watching Monument Mythos. Now this is something I watched a long time ago. And go subscribe to this creator. He does way more than the Monument Mythos stuff. And I'm gonna do a whole thing watching analog horror, just YouTube videos in general. And I mean, he's probably gonna be one of the people I react to the most, along with Alex Kister and the Mandela catalog, stuff like that. So yeah, definitely go give him a subscription, whatever. Yeah, let me know if you guys can hear the display, because if not, I can fix it now. I don't want to get halfway through the video and then yeah. Hold on, getting a text. Okay, let's get this. Bruh. All right, cool. We should be good. Let's get into it. This is Little trailer. Let's go and pull out This is gonna be a long stream, just so y'all know. Grab some snacks, something to drink, anything. Yeah, it's gonna be a long one. Corner folk.
Many dimensions intersect with their own, several of which are 2D planes. When two or more planes intersect, they form corners. Entities in the intersecting planes cannot perceive each other. They exist separately, in their own worlds.
Okay, logical.
However, the corner folk can pass these boundaries and enter other planes. The corner folk are a trans-dimensional species. They are the only ones who can traverse the corners shaped by planes. Coincidentally, I believe that the corners of my own home align with several planes, for I have seen the corner folk in action, crossing the corner.
I mean, obviously, you just said that any converging or intersecting dimensions are corners. So obviously, if you have corners in never mind.
Corners from one reality to another.
It looks like a shit smear. Imagine seeing one of them bitches in your house, though. How would you react to? What the fuck? Ew. Is it opening a fucking Doctor Strange portal? This is like a shit smear streaking across your room.
This leap requires massive amounts of energy that, when released, produces bright blue flashes. I have yet to discover the source of this energy, and the reason behind the cornerful crossings remains unknown.
Girlfriend texted me.
While I was at work,
Ew.
my cameras captured up to 12 cornerfolk huddling in the doorway.
Ew.
I used to think that they had to cross dimensions quickly, but the new footage has proven otherwise. When I'm not around, they take a break from traveling and exhibit micro-movements similar to dreaming animals. They must feel safe in these corners, which suggests that the corner folk's own home is made of similar structures. I imagine that their corner world is made of many plane intersections, allowing them to move freely without using up any energy. My photographs show that smaller corner folk have odd impressions on their skin, as though they had been pressed against many plane intersections at once. The corners likely belong to a nursery or a crib in their homeworld. A multitude of corners placed in close proximity could be used to secure the infant from leaving the corner world. Perhaps they only cross corners in search of...
Why did it say trapped?
The corner world.
Yo, is there for like a split frame? What the fuck?
World.
Oh shit. Damn it, stop doing that. Okay, so yeah. Y'all saw that too, right? I'm not tripping.
Perhaps they only cross corners
What
in
the
search of food,
fuck?
the same way we only leave our homes.
Bro, I hate that shit so much. I don't know why that pop-up keeps popping up. It's not like I have a virus on my fucking PC. I've already done a virus scan. So, I can't stand that shit. It pisses me off to the max. Alright. Back to the video.
Resources. The corner world may be used to raise young, while my own house's corners serve as rest stops of sorts during their journeys.
It's a W. What the fuck does this do with the Edgar cut?
I've begun to dream of the corner world. I can't stop thinking about it. According to the calendar, I've spent entire weeks in my home, just drawing and describing the corner world on paper. I lost my job last month due to repeated absences.
Dumbass.
But it really does feel like I just left the office this afternoon. When the corner folk jump, it feels as though they're taunting me. But I'm close to a solution.
Right.
Regardless of whether my body survives the forces of the corner world or not, this much is certain. The fear of my own destruction will not prevent my entry.
What the fuck? This dumbass is gonna... So let me get this straight. This idiot's plan is to enter the corner world. As if the human body can firstly exert that much energy. He said it took a massive amount of energy just to jump for these things. Unless because their world is a bunch of intersecting corners or whatever. Okay, cool. That's nice. But how does that explain? How would a human being exert enough energy to get into the corner world? And why would his body be able to withstand that? Oh, he's gonna kill himself. What is he doing? How the Yo, this doesn't explain how he was even able to do that in the first place. There's fucking net in my room. Alright, dipshit. How do you get out? How do you get out? Oh, he's not getting out. Ew. So, how did he survive is my question. Because we clearly heard him screaming when he came back. When I said, how does he get out? Alright, so with that being said, they said that his organs were folded in like origami. How do you survive that? So what kind of Terminator? Bro. Dude's internal organs were folded along various axes, warranting immediate medical attention. Well, yeah. And he was just asleep, like not unresponsive. Alright. So, bro's just... And then, during his recovery, Tillin avidly made origami, despite claiming to have never been taught how to do so. As of 2020, he remains in the care of his friends. That's rambunctious shit right there. Cornfolk, filmed by Alex Kazanis. Okay, we're in for a treat. I can already tell. Liberty Look. The following audio is an excerpt from an 1889 interview with the designer of the Statue of Liberty. The most difficult aspect of why am I reading this like y'all can't read? Oh, actually, We agreed, and each month we received varying size requirements for the pedestal. After 4 years, requests to change the size of the pedestal ceased. Let me stop pausing it to do that. People wonder why the pedestal is so much taller than the lady, and all I tell them is ask the Americans. Hold on. Is the pedestal? Now I have to look. Oh yeah, it is. It's 3 feet taller than the actual statue itself. Why? In 1949, the statue underwent extensive renovations. The official blueprint behind the changes, titled STLI 1.8084, was classified for 36 years. Okay. So provide entrance for sustenance. Okay. We're getting a little rundown of what the Statue of Liberty is on the inside. Wheels. What the fuck you need wheels on the statue for? Well, judging by the title, I guess there's something living in it. That's terrifying to think about. Because imagine if that was real. During the summer of 1954, thousands of immigrants described a foul odor while passing through Ellis Island. I don't know, but Ellis Island was awful. The whole place reeked of flesh like a slaughterhouse. Ew. We found a bird in the shitter.
Ricordo di aver sentito altre famiglie dire quasi scherzosamente che volessero tornare a Milano per via dell'odore. La mia famiglia aveva spruzzato profumo e acceso candele per tenere lontano il fetore, ma funzionava solo per un'ora o giù di lì, finché l'aria diventava di nuovo insopportabile. Le serate erano così calde, rimasi per lo più sveglia, anche se il resto della mia famiglia dormiva profondamente. Ricordo che guardavo fuori dalla finestra ogni notte e vedevo file di persone che venivano condotte alla Statua della Libertà dai funzionari. Se solo fossero saliti sul piedistallo, i funzionari se ne sarebbero andati e non sarebbe successo nient'altro. La mattina seguente però ci sarebbe stato un odore peggiore, come un mattatoio.
The Ellis Island immigration station closed the following November. Liberty Worker. Oh, what the whoa, go back. Wait a fucking minute. You're not just gonna run that past me. You're not gonna just run that past me like I didn't see. My fault. Are you fucking kidding me? Imagine seeing this, imagine being in New York and you just see the Statue of Liberty slowly start to move, and then all of a sudden, a little peak of a head. Little peak of a head, or head of a creature. My fault. I fucking lost my train of thought. Comes out of the statue's pedestal. What do you even do there? Upon investigation, local authorities likened the waste storage compartment to a mass grave. It's probably what y'all were smelling. Smelled like straight hot ass. If you have family members who were last seen at Ellis Island between the years of 1949 and 1954, you may be entitled to compensation. Fuck your compensation, bro. I don't want to end up as feed for the Liberty Lurker. You can, yo. How much money would you even offer for something like that? Like, if you really think about it, how much money do you get offered? If I'm peaking the audio by hitting my mic, I'm sorry. But like, how much money can you even be offered for that? That's I don't think there's an amount of money powerful enough for. Yeah, okay. By the way, by the end of the night, I want to at least try to get through season 1. Liberty Lurker, a film by Alex Kazanas. I keep fucking up his last name. Rushmore Revenge, August 7th, 2023. I said 2023. 2003, my fault. The National Park Service finds the Mount Rushmore National Memorial. The U.S. government can fund mass murder if it's labeled as a national monument. Everyday executions occur in 2,600 American landmarks. The blood of liberty will be avenged. Don't speak in riddles, just tell me what's going on. The souls of Lincoln will be freed. Souls of Lincoln? What does that mean, man? I mean, I'm sure we'll figure that out once we get further into the series, but like, August 14th, 2003. More messages are found on Mount Rushmore. Alright, Jefferson, what's under your head? I will introduce infection next week. Monday through Sunday, 10:12 to 10:13 p.m. Watch the symptoms. What symptoms are we looking for, sir? Is there something else down there? Or August 18th, 2003. Due to security concerns, the National Park Service assigns patrols for the next 7 nights. The patrols are told to videotape all anomalies from 10:12 to 10:13 p.m. Monday. Fuck. Supposed to see something? Were we supposed to see something there, or am I tripping? Oh. Is that Morse code? No, that's just flashing. Was that Morse code? I don't know Morse code, so I'm probably fucked. Wednesday. Fuck is that? Fuck is that? Yo, zoom out. These are the people who record school fights. Shit, zoom out. The fuck is wrong with bro's head? What is that? Was that shit looking like that before? They didn't look as dirty. Friday. Zoom out! What is wrong with you? Yeah, that one's face is definitely fucked. I knew I wasn't tripping. Yes.
Go downstairs and look in that drawer right there beside the sink and bring me 2 AAA batteries.
Okay.
Yep. All right, we're back. Don't worry, team. I'm back. All right, what's this? Why is the lens cap on? Yo, whoever's recording pisses me off. Why is the lens cap on? So we don't even know what happened Saturday. Because we wanted to be a bitch. What the Mount Rushmore smells like baby powder nowadays. I think it comes from the stuff that the workers put on the heads. You see them do it all the time. They go from Washington to Lincoln every night, powdering it like a baby. Hannah McElroy. I feel like that name's going to be important later. What? Okay. There's a little bit to unpack here. What is this? What is this? And why? Why is it? It looks nasty. Ew. Ew, dirty. Okay. And then, yo, whoever was recording Saturday, they need their ass beat, bro, because there's no way you forgot to take the lens. You would see that the lens cap is on, right? You would think you'd be smart enough to take the lens cap off. And yet, because you need your ass beat, bro. Because we don't know what happened Saturday. So Sunday's a complete mystery. What is that? Okay. October of 2020. Yep. Wait, activist notes. Perpetrators of the Rushmore revenge remain at large. So we gotta start reading the So we gotta start reading this stuff down here now too. You gotta start reading the descriptions. First things first, activist notes. The 2003 Alcatraz attack continues to baffle the scientific community. Okay. Okay, Alcatraz island seems normal. Everything seems map of the Pacific Branch. Map of Pacific Branch. United States military prison, Alcatraz Island, California. Fortifications, okay. Tunnel. Reservoirs. Water tower. Okay. Yeah, if a prisoner dies, then you need a morgue. Detector shed. What's that? What's that? Wait. What's this? What is this? That's not something you would typically see in a what is some of the stuff I don't know what it is. Like this shit right here. What is you know what? Let me start asking questions. We'll figure it out. Ruins? What? Prison ruins? What? Why does a prison have... Okay, bro. Tennis court. Why is it tennis court in prison? What? Yo, you're not gonna tell me what that was? What is this? Yo, is this like a microbe? The mitochondria? What is this? Just a little scratch mark on the blueprints. Why? Oh, whatever. Alcatraz, one day before therapy. Therapy? Wait. Like, is the cameraman going to therapy? What's that mean? Alcatrazos. What's the Alcatrazos? Whoa, what is this? Fuck is it? Are those the corner folk? Why is this moving? What is this? Those are the corner folk that we saw in like the first one. Okay, now it's definitely like some sort of living bacteria, because there's no way that something just divides like that and multiplies. No fault. The radiation thing. Why are you radiating the prison? Why are you radiating the prison? What's going on? What's the goal? Projected movement. 1950, 1955. Why is it doing a full 360 or 180? My fault. I was gonna do a 360 spin. Gangamonius. What? What kind of domain expansion shit is this? What is it doing? What is it doing?
Why is it getting bigger? Is it eating the mainland? Wait, was it? Is Alcatraz Island gonna eat the mainland? I have so many questions, bro. Hold on. Yeah, what the fuck? Okay. Alright, let's see what this is about. Alcatraz Island, one day after therapy. Are there multiple islands? As of 2020, the Alcatraz zone extends to West Texas. The fuck is the Alcatraz zone? What the fuck is an Alcatraz zone? Why were there multiple Alcatraz islands? What's with the sirens? Bro, there's clearly multiple Alcatraz islands. I'm gonna do like an analysis and a theory when we get through all the videos. But why were they irradiating the island? Was there something living in it that they were trying to kill? Or were they trying to experiment on it to see what would happen? And what the hell is... And I mean, I guess the Alcatraz zone is anything that's within that expanse. That dark expanse that we saw here. It's supposed to be like that, but what did it say? What did it say it would be at by 2020? Because it said this was projected movement. The projected movement doesn't seem like it's gone outside of California yet. So I guess we weren't expecting multiple Alcatraz islands to show up. That's insane, bro. Yeah. That's crazy. I'm hooked into this shit though. Dean Democracy.
During a program of ABC Evening News, anchor Peter Jennings told viewers to look forward to next week for a special broadcast of national significance. Mm-hmm. Jennings would continue to remind viewers of the special broadcast over the next 7 nights, even referring to it at one point as the most unprecedented announcement in recent history.
Mm-hmm.
A week after its first mention, Jennings reminded viewers of the special broadcast one last time, asking them to pay attention later that night for an exclusive look at the greatest gift to the American people. Due to the anticipation built over the week,
bro. Yo, the next time this thing shows up, I'm popping ass on the street. No, I'm joking. I'm so tired of that pop up, bro. It's pissing me off. Okay, Dean Democracy, whatever the fuck that is. And before anybody accuses me of having a virus, I really don't. I've already run a virus scan on my shit, so I know there's nothing wrong with my PC. But I keep getting that pop up, and it makes me want to commit seppuku. Okay, give me 1 second. All right. Okay, let's get back into this, shall we?
60 million Americans tuned into ABC, waiting for the evening news.
Bro!
And for the special.
Are you Bro, yo, why does this keep happening to me, dog? Especially while I'm streaming. Yo, someone's about to feel my wrath. Someone's about to. Yo, I'm so fucking mad right now. Bro, what the fuck? Yo, I swear to God, if it does it again, I'm throwing something, bro. I'm about to cry. Oh my God. The timing couldn't have been more comedic either. Oh God. Okay. Alright. Oh my God, bro. Okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We are good. The comedic timing. My PC got jokes. My PC has jokes. Hold on. Okay. If my PC is done playing its practical joke on me, I'll be able to continue. What's good, Cloud? I think I already know who that is. Whatever. Alright, here we go.
Podcast to begin. There were countless theories as to what would occur, from the announcement of alien life to the declaration of an all-out nuclear war. Speculation was brewing intensely.
Ew.
Once the evening news program ended, a black screen with a 10-second countdown commenced with the title Dean Democracy. Some viewers, so terrified of the threat of nuclear war, reportedly experienced nervous breakdowns and ran down the street, declaring that Dean Democracy was the code name for an all-out nuclear holocaust. Yet once the countdown ended, all fears were soon replaced with tears of joy and an excitement not seen since the end of World War II.
What could exhibits that much of a reaction? Wait a minute, hold on. Wait a minute. Nigga, is that James Dean? Like, actor James Dean? Hold on.
What are we waiting for? Let's bring them back home.
In the seconds following James Dean's presidential announcement,
Why the fuck is James Dean? Yo. Okay. I'm gonna let this play out.
hundreds of
Before I
thousands
say
of
anything else.
neighborhoods erupted into celebration. Although other candidates had promised to end the Vietnam War, none had so accurately expressed the same anger that they had felt, which Dean had perfectly conveyed in a 15-second broadcast. Due to popular demand, the ABC Evening News was cancelled the next night, replaced by a 30-minute loop of James Dean's presidential announcement.
Wow.
The broadcast was watched again by over 38 million Americans, and the parties continued for the rest of the week.
Because James Dean is president?
Due to repeated assassination attempts on Robert Kennedy, the Democratic Party presidential debates were cancelled for the 1968 election season. However, this proved to be no issue for Dean, as polls indicated that he was in the lead for the entirety of 1967 and 1968,
Damn.
despite having
Bro fucked Nixon in the ass. Oh my God. Great googly. Who was Wallace? They didn't even. Yo, did they even try with their campaign? Both Nixon and Wallace. Is that that dude's name? Yeah, Nixon and Wallace got dog walked by Dean, but James Dean is the dude who died in that race car, right? And they the car is cursed now or whatever. No, that's fucking insane. I can't even cap. That's crazy. Why is James Dean president? All right.
1967 and 1968, despite having had fewer public appearances and rallies than any other candidate.
Wallace tried so hard and just shit the fucking bucket. They let bro cook and he shit in the oven. That was. Yeah, this is disrespectful. Dean didn't even try with his public appearances. and he still fucking blew their backs out. Good God.
Candidate. The strength of his campaign relied on the powerful advertisements he directed that would air every Friday evening on ABC. The series of programs would be considered by many as another weekly TV series and went on to become the highest-rated TV show on television after the conclusion of Star Trek in 1967.
It's not even a show.
Although a
it's just
presidential debate was eventually scheduled 2 weeks before the election, James Dean instead invited opponent Richard Nixon to a track to race cars on the same night. Although reluctant at first, Nixon eventually agreed and went to spend the entire day with Dean, reportedly even telling the actor, "To hell with it, I'm voting for you. You're already a better president than I'll ever be."
Yeah.
This statement, although only a rumor, would spread like wildfire in tabloids and permanently curbed Nixon's chance for victory.
Well, it seems like his chances of victory were already slim to none. He's doing better than Wallace. Whoever Wallace is, they got fucked. They scrub that man's names from the history books. Did his campaign team even try? Because there's just no way. Dude, nah, bro. Wallace got fucked over, bro. Like, if I want to go back, but I also want to let this play out. But, you know, we'll go back. We'll go back and analyze this shit frame by frame.
On the morning of November 1st, 1968, 4 days before Election Day, anti-Dean groups hijacked radio channels and told civilians they were fed up with James Dean and that television was ruining American youth. After the broadcast, the groups went on to cut hundreds of power lines in the southeast, effectively preventing any of Dean's presidential ads from reaching any household below Tennessee.
That's
Dean
dumb.
quickly heard of the incident and, despite the risk of an assassination, flew down to the south and quickly went to work with local electricians to repair the broken power lines. James Dean would be met with a supportive crowd, primarily younger voters who were eager to see a younger face back in the White House. Elderly white conservatives, often the parents of the younger supporters, remained in their houses and occasionally peered through their window blinds to catch a glimpse of the handsome candidate. Although it wasn't known to Dean at the time, hate groups in the South had perpetuated the idea that he was Satan in disguise and cited his good looks and his love for jazz as being clear signs of the devil.
Of course. Old white people just doing shit. You probably old white people who don't want to see change. Ew.
James Dean is no man.
Like, that's the most unintentionally funny picture I've ever seen, bro. Okay, wait. Alright, that was funny as fuck.
Elderly
I don't know why that
conservatives
picture
in the
fucking
Southeast would be the only demographic unfazed by his campaign.
Of course.
Yet Dean continued to travel from state to state, repairing power lines for 4 days straight until the very morning of the election.
W. Dean.
On November 5th, 1968, James Dean received 75% of the popular vote with 395 electoral votes. Nixon congratulated Dean in a phone call the following morning, but Dean refused to acknowledge the win and instead asked to race cars again at the track.
Ew.
On January 20th, 1969, James Dean held his inaugural address at the official Capitol Raceway. Although presidents in the past had speeches that were typically around 20 minutes, Dean spoke for less than a minute.
Of course.
I have a speech, and it has the flotsam that you people expect to hear. But that's not fair. No, that's not fair at all. I'm here for all of you. It's only fair that you speak for yourselves. My words shouldn't be louder than yours. So I've brought many other guests to speak. They're just people like you and I. In the same time that many other presidents have spoken by themselves, America will speak. Thank you.
Low key, that's a
Dean
W. That's
proceeded
a
to
W
introduce
speech right
many
there.
groups to the microphone, including civil rights activists and Native American families. Martin Luther King Jr. would also come forward to speak in his first appearance since an attempt on his life 9 months prior.
Wait a minute,
President Dean would conclude the inauguration with a brief bongo performance and went on to race Richard Nixon at the track. In subsequent presidential inaugurations, those who disagreed with the elected president would instead celebrate Dean Democracy Day and protested by watching Dean's unique take on the address in place of the actual one. In a televised address, President Dean planned to inform Americans of his first 90 days in office. However, 6 seconds into the broadcast, the audio cut out and remained absent for the remainder of the speech. Although anti-Dean groups claimed responsibility and took pride in the sabotage, many civilians claimed that it benefited the president. The silent broadcast highlighted President Dean's sincere facial expressions and lively disposition, as opposed to the stern and stiff personalities of prior administrations. Viewers were proud to see a man in his prime at the most important position in the country. Ironically, President Dean's popularity grew after the technical difficulty, and film director Stanley Kubrick went on to call the broadcast the greatest silent film ever made.
Wasn't even 30-cent president. Can that even be considered a film? Okay. Before we continue, I need to confirm something. Okay, I knew I wasn't losing my mind. James Dean. Why is this dumbass president? Okay. James Byron Dean was an American actor, and in a career spanning 5 years, he is regarded as a cultural icon of teenage disillusionment and social estrangement, as expressed in the title of his most celebrated film, Rebel Without a Cause, in which he starred as troubled teen Jim Stark. The other 2 roles that defined his stardom were loner Cal Trask in East of Eden and surly ranch hand Jet Rink in Giant. After his car crash on September 30th, which was like how many years before he was elected president? Or how many years before his weird speech thing? Because that thing took place in what, like 1969? Right? Yeah, 1969. I gotta do the math. 50, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. That's 10, 66, 67, 68, 69. That was 14 years after he died. What the fuck? Okay, bro. Dean became the first actor to receive a posthumous Academy Award nomination for Best Actor for his role in East of Eden. Upon receiving a second nomination for his role in Giant the following year, Dean became the only actor to have had 2 posthumous acting nominations. In 1999, the American Film Institute ranked him the 18th best male star of Golden Age Hollywood in AFI's 100 Years, 100 Stars. Okay. So, confirmation, that nigga is dead. He should, and he died during the, for those of you who don't know, he was racing some car. I don't remember what kind of car it was. But he died in a car crash. And his car was like, it was fucked. Like, it was terrible. Like, hold on. It doesn't even really look like a car. It looks like scraps. This is James Dean's last sports car. And it was a sexy ass car too.
And apparently, like, there's like an urban legend that's going around that went around that hit that any parts of the car that were put onto other cars ended up like being haunted or cursed. So if you got a car that had the same James Dean parts car, you would end up in a wreck. I don't know how true that is, but it I thought those were bras for a second. I thought those were bras for a second. I was concerned. Okay. You just leaving bras on the side of the road. Okay, so yeah. Doesn't look like there's anything after this. Yeah, that's crazy. That's... Yeah, alright. Okay. That's funny. Air Force One Angel. Okay, give me a second. All right. Let's get back into this. On August 17th, 2003, Air Force One made an unannounced trip across the continental United States. Okay. Many civilians claim to have seen the aircraft drop packages of various national monuments, I guess. One thing I've always wondered about these analog horror videos, how do they manage to get some of the effects that they get? I always found that really fascinating and cool. Obviously that's Photoshop. I'm not talking about that shit. I don't know what the fuck that was. Okay. Why is the map disappearing? Is that Liberty Island? Why is the statue missing? Alright, never mind. What? Bro, where's the rest of the United States? Why is the United States disappearing? The fuck? That's bro playing peekaboo with us. What the fuck is this? Oh, what the fuck? White House officials have later disclosed that the unusual flight of Air Force One was authorized and unmanned. The lone figure seen inside the plane, dubbed the Air Force One Angel, has yet to be identified by federal authorities. Well, yeah, if it was an unmanned flight, you're probably not finding anything on bro. But I'm not even worried. I'm not worried about any of that. Well, actually, I am. I'm worried about this. What the fuck is this? Why is, like, 30% of the United States gone? Maybe even a top at max like 45%. Why is it gone? And why is it disappear? Yo, wait, we saw something similar in Alcatraz attack. For anybody who's joined the live late, Alcatraz attack was the fifth one, the fifth little video. Basically, they were doing some sort of experiments on Alcatraz Island, and apparently, it like rotated 180 degrees and collided with the mainland. And there's something called the Alcatraz zone. And the Alcatraz zone is basically it basically looks like this. Any dark part of the map that is no longer highlighted by the borders, it's gone, or in the Alcatraz zone. So these packages that they dropped off have to have something to do with that. Or there is a gnat in my room and it's pissing me off. Go the fuck away. And so, there's just, so I guess the packages have something to do with the Alcatraz zone. Now we can come back to this. What the fuck? Why is this called an angel? It doesn't have any features resembling that of an angel, so why? And the fact that they're talking about has yet to be identified by federal authorities. No shit. You didn't even know that this thing took off. It was, and you determined it to be unmanned, unauthorized and unmanned. What makes you think you're gonna find anything about this, about the Air Force One Angel? That's funny. And not funny as in like comical. It's funny. I don't even know how to explain it. Wait, what's it? Oh, I thought there was something after this. Okay. On to episode 8. Lincoln Looker.
I was a Lincoln Looker for 2 weeks. It was terrifying. One moment you're at home answering the door, and the next you're stuck in some kind of suit. The smell was awful in there, and the metal seat was so cold. The only thing you can do is look through 2 little holes. It was some kind of mask, and whenever the sun shined near, I could see the inside of it. It was a familiar face. Every few nights, straws would be put through the holes, and someone would feed me some weird soup.
Maya Arnoldson. I need to start memorizing names, because they're gonna be important again. I know they are.
Identified me, and I wasn't the correct Lincoln Looker. Reagan apologized to me personally, and I was released with some monetary compensation.
There's no amount of monetary compensation.
I don't care if I talk about it or not. No one would take me seriously. Lincoln looking is just too absurd.
I probably wouldn't take you seriously, to be completely honest. Yeah, that looks like the face of Abraham Lincoln, but like, I don't think there's any amount of money you could give me to compensate for the fact that you put me in a statue and fed me a weird bro, there's and I mean, it's not like you could go to anybody about it, because like she said, that shit is too absurd. If one of my friends walked up to me, it was like, yo, I got stuffed inside the Lincoln Memorial statue, and I was looking through 2 eye holes that they call it Lincoln looking, I would send you to a mental institution, because what the fuck is Lincoln looking? And how did you... Yo, that was that you know, yeah. You know, you're right. I probably wouldn't. The only way I'd be able to resonate with that is if it happened to me, to be completely honest with you. I keep looking back like there's something behind me. There could very well be.
There's always been someone that we dislike more than everyone else. Not usually famous or important, but they've done something that's affected us personally. Often you're the only person who remembers this act. And I've been that bad, but memory hurts. Everyone experiences this, and the president is no exception.
Why?
Except he can do something about it.
Of course you can.
Every president can choose one person to be a Lincoln looker.
That's terrifying.
After the alibi is fabricated, the person is abducted from their home, and they stay a Lincoln looker for as long as the president sits in office.
That sounds awful.
Nobody can question his decision, and there's no trial.
That's the most unconstitutional thing.
But it's nothing new. It's been a tradition.
Of course it has been.
Lincoln lookers have been around for a very long time.
Probably for as long as the Lincoln Memorial's been around, I assume. Due to rumors that Lincoln lookers were imprisoned behind presidential portraits, White House officials publicly removed and reinstalled portraits to demonstrate that no space existed to hold Lincoln lookers. Well, you just had a whistleblower. We know that Lincoln lookers exist. Portrait 1, Abraham Lincoln, obviously. Wall behind portrait 1, of course. Is it just me, or is Abraham Lincoln have like one of the most uncanny faces? Like, have you seen him without a beard? It's awful.
Hello, we are not available now. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. We will return your call.
Hey, Eunice. It's Howard. I don't know what I just saw. I was at the top of the steps, reading the inscriptions and talking to visitors, when I started to hear a faint scratching sound. I didn't think much of it at first, but when I got close to the chair, I realized that the scratching was coming from inside the marble. So I went to a guard and asked whether she could do anything about animals that could be trapped in there. She told me not to worry about it, and that they'd take care of it once there were fewer visitors. A few minutes passed, and the scratching became much louder. I went back to the guard and asked what kind of animals usually got stuck in there, and she said, wild animals.
What other kind of...
started to make visitors anxious.
I bet.
I remember one boy was pulling so hard at his mother's hand, begging to leave.
I mean, yeah, there's scratching coming from inside the
One girl with
memorial.
One of those canes went up to the chair and pressed her head against it to listen. Then she started crying.
Yeah.
Her parents tried to pull her away, but she just began to hit the chair with her cane. That's when the guards asked everyone to go back down the steps.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, and it's going to sound crazy, but I felt compelled to help. So I went to the blind girl and joined her in hitting the marble.
Like an idiot.
The guards tried to pin us down, but the scratching became too loud for even them. It sounded like someone was shaving down a chalkboard.
Ugh.
Eventually the marble began to crack, and a few more hits caused the crevice to expand all the way to the top of the chair. There was a sudden burst of air from the damage, and the head suddenly turned toward us.
Huh?
I was afraid it would fall, so I picked the girl up and went down a few steps. The head slowly rotated back into place, and when it started to be pushed upwards, I took out my camera. It was no wild animal.
It was an animal, just not the kind of animal you were expecting. Melrose recorded the following images. What the fuck? Oh no. We're not gonna sit here and act like that didn't just happen. No, pause. There's a lot to unpack there. I'm gonna be honest. Give me 1 second. I need to check something on my phone. I'll get right back to y'all. Hold on. Okay. Now that I did that, what the fuck came out of the Lincoln Memorial's head? I'd love to know, 'cause that was... Alright. Now that the video is done, I can go back and actually analyze what we just witnessed. Well, I'm gonna see if I can slow this bitch down. Playback speed. We'll do like 0.5. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is... Bro! Bro, every time. Yo, I'm getting heated. Why does this keep happening, bro? Okay, bro. Let me calm down. This is gonna be. I feel like this is gonna be. Oh, I hate this shit, bro. Yo, this is a common occurrence. I don't understand why. Like, bro, I don't have anything wrong with my PC. Why does this keep happening? It's mind numbing. No matter how many times I restart my PC, it happens. Alright. Yeah, alright. Hold on. Oh, I'm so tired of that shit, bro. Hold on, let me. I didn't see this. I wasn't looking at my phone. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, James Dean is fucking dead. He's definitely dead. He's definitely dead by this point. Fact check that. I just didn't know how he died. Okay. Okay, bro. But let's not let the pop-up take away from the fact that there obviously there's something living in these monuments. Not even like national monuments, like not even just national monuments, because we saw Alcatraz, Mount Rushmore, Statue of Liberty. What else was there? And then the Lincoln Memorial statue. So, it you know what? Let's just continue. let's carry on for right now. Washington wormhole. Here we go. Now we're getting into cosmic expanses. The special tree. Oh, I forgot to turn the playback speed back to normal. My fault, y'all. I'm tripping.
Swiftly,
I was distracted.
the lumberjack swung, except for the special tree, which could not be stung. She missed her friends and the hymns they sung, so she started a tune that broke the man's lung.
What? Why is the tree singing? And what? Why is this? Why are people's lungs collapsing? Because. Okay. Let me stop asking questions for right now. 1840. Did they even have cameras in 1840? Okay, I'm tripping then. I might be dumb, but a little stupid. When was the national? When was the? Why are you building it around the tree though? What's the purpose? (1861 to 1865). Construction halts due to the American Civil War, of course. Prisoners of war are seen being led into the unfinished tower. Okay. Here we go with people being led into the national monuments. Like, we already saw how bad that was with the Liberty Lurker. 1888. Construction is completed. Of course, the way God intended.
1910. Visit the Washington Monument and listen closely. Hear the music within its walls. 10 cents, a dime, to hear a monument sing. Okay. I feel like you get way more money with a singing monument. Of course, wait, what is this supposed to be? News disappeared. 20 individuals. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting to make sure, because sometimes they'll say 20 and then there won't be 20. 2, 4, 6. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19. See, I fucking knew it. I knew it. I knew there wasn't actually going to be 20. From 1910 to 1971, 20 individuals disappeared while visiting the Washington Monument. And the missing visitors are known as Washington absentees. Where's the 20th one? So, Washington Standard Operation, 1972. The classified film titled Washington Standard Operation is leaked by news agencies. How many of those news reporters are alive? Monument entrance door. Does the Washington Monument actually have an entrance? I don't remember. I've never been hoisting cable. But no, I've never been to the Washington Monument, so I don't know if there's actually like an inside that you can go into and see shit. Sound waves. Why? Oh, the tree. I forgot. The fuck? You're just not gonna get rid of the other body? I'm just gonna walk in and see the body of the person before me on the ground? 2000. The infection is nigh. The music of Washington will end? Yeah, okay. What the fuck does that mean, man? What does that mean, bro? 2003. Okay. Year before I was born. Yeah, that's that little singing tree, ain't it? The one that caused that lumberjack's lung to collapse. Right? Excuse me? Oh, God, that's bright. All 19. There were 20. I fucking knew I wasn't losing my mind. All 19 Washington absentees are found unconscious at the base of the monument. There were 20 though. Alright, no. We're not gonna. I got fucking flashbanged here. What is this? What is this flaccid penis on my screen? Damn near giving me an epileptic seizure. So that's clearly the tree, right? That has to be the tree. It can't be anything else. That's not what a tree's supposed to look like. And that still doesn't answer my question earlier, why you would build a monument around a tree. But I feel like that we're gonna get to that later.
Why is it glowing? Why is there lightning shooting out of it? Why was it causing people to go missing? Well, the wormhole explanation does kind of give me that answers one question. And then where did they go? And then let's not sit here and act like it didn't say 20 individuals. There's still one missing here. I knew I counted, and I knew it was gonna come back. I knew it was gonna be important. Why is this not bothering me? I knew it was gonna be important because analog horror. This is always important. This is always important. I knew it, but like this screen of epilepsy. Was that them coming back? Was that the wormhole like reforming and bringing them back to our dimension? Okay. Wait. So that means they got teleported into the future, right? Because they all went missing between like 1910 and it said 1910 and 1971. And this happened, what, 2003. So they got transported hella far into the future. That must have been the most confusing shit ever for anybody. The special tree, read by Lev. W. Lev. Still want to know why that lumberjack's lung collapsed. Delaware River Journal. Delaware River, USA.
An accidental discovery made by two fishermen has sent shockwaves across the nation. Around 4 p.m. on Christmas Eve, Ralph Grassman and Michael Tillman were reeling in their last batch of catfish when something on the ice caught their eye. It looked like a bicorn, one of those hats from way back when, said Grassman, the other of the two who also organized the trip. Grassman walked down the ice to retrieve the hat. When he pulled back the hat from the ice, he tumbled back in shock at the sight of a human scalp, partially exposed in the light. Tillin walked over and after a brief discussion with Grassman...
Tillin! Wait, Tillin. That's the dude, that's the dude who found the corner folk people and his fucking organs folded in on themselves. I keep forgetting to look at this. Partially restored. Archivist. I keep forgetting to look at the descriptions. I had to go back and look through all of them again. Probably before I end the stream. Just because I'm going to write all this down. You had to do this shit with analog horror.
Move the rest of the body from the ice. The effort took several hours, but by 10 p.m. the fishermen were able to pull the entire body from the ice with no further damage. Although both men had presumed that the individual was already dead for some time, Tim exclaimed in shock when he reportedly saw the individual's eyelid twitch. Grassman suggested to immediately take the body home and attempt to revive the frozen man. They proceeded to carry it back to Grassman's apartment. They laid the body in a full bathtub, gradually raising the water's temperature throughout the night to prevent shock. Grassman claims to have learned this technique from a pulp magazine he had read as a child. At 2 a.m. the following morning, Tillman claimed that an individual briefly regained consciousness and shouted, "Victory or death," while Grassman rested in the living room. At 7 a.m. the further individual appeared to have relapsed into a deep coma, which prompted Grassman to inform the local authorities. And that's why he hadn't called medical personnel earlier. Grassman told reporters that he didn't want to risk the lives of the first responders, who had been driving on slippery roads in the dark. Shortly after being phoned, paramedics arrived and rushed the frozen man to the Delaware State Hospital. Throughout the experience, both fishermen thought that the individual's face seemed vaguely familiar. It was only when Tillman pulled out a dollar bill that the connection was fully made. When we first dug him out, we moved his clothes so that we could carry him more easily. Clothes weighed a ton because they were completely frozen over. By bed, we saw the clothes without ice, and we could have no doubt that we dug out George Washington.
How the fuck do you dig out a...
State Hospital has declined to comment on the identity and the condition of the man. Grassman brought the bicorn hat from the previous days of the Delaware History Museum, where historians confirmed to be an authentic piece from the 18th century. The validation raised more questions than answers, as further research revealed that no Washington reenactors or artifacts have been reported missing. Grassman believes that the man he dug out from the ice is the true George Washington, and that the former president had become gravely ill while crossing the Delaware River. Grassman claims that the imminent death of Washington could have been devastating to the war effort, so his condition was likely kept secret by having a double acting as the president until 1797. When asked for an explanation to why the body had been found so far from the site of the battle, Grassman replied, "He either drifted away or his men purposely planted it far away so that no one could find it." During Saturday's morning press conference, President Dean shared his thoughts on the discovery in 2 words. "I'm surprised."
Nigga, that's it? That's all you have to... That's all you have to say about the body of the first president of the United States just appearing 1976. Okay, so who is the Tillin that we saw? I forgot the dude's first name. This is clearly somebody related to Tillin, though. From the Corner Folk. From the Corner Folk episode. Okay. This most replayed moment.
Twitch.
Why did they cut away from that so fast? All of this is super weird. The Delaware River Journal ceased operations on 12/28/1976. Why though? I don't even know what I really don't even know what to say here. I feel like James Dean. I'm surprised. I still want to know why that's the only thing you had to say about the fact that the body of the first president of the United States just kind of washed up. Like, you would think that there's a lot more to unpack there than just I'm surprised. Okay. There's so much. So Grasserman, gotta remember that. Ralph Grasserman, then Michael Tillin. The fact that this weird eyelid twitch thing gets fucking scrubbed. The fact that the theories. Which I want to come back to. The Grasserman theory. Frozen Man is George Washington. So the man frozen is the real George Washington. Washington became unfit for duty, and I guess that would have destroyed the Continental Army's morale. Washington's presumed death is kept secret, so they probably planted the body of the corpse of Washington in the Delaware River. Someone who looks similar to George Washington served his presidency. And then this...
I'm surprised.
Bro, what the That's it, nigga. I'm surprised, bro. Okay. That pissed me off for some reason. Like, one of the biggest discoveries of American... The Delaware Double aired on WBOC TV on 12/27/1976. It fucking ceased the day after the story broke. They definitely took that shit off the air on purpose. They got railed by the media, by whatever big companies run the media. The day after, that's not a coincidence. Rohan Gary, December 2020. Recollection of the tragedy. God, this is a long one. 18 minutes. Here we go. – 1937, Virginia and Wonderland. By Virginia. Hi, Virginia. All right. Okay. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. there's so much to unpack with these. I don't have time to look at this. All right. Although primarily written by Virginia herself, the final draft of Virginia Wonderland does contain words and phrases provided by her legal guardian for clarification. Construction of the Rockefeller Center began in early 1930. Pre-existing buildings in the area were demolished to provide space. The center's original Christmas tree, raised by its own construction workers, was first seen by J.D. Rockefeller toward the end of this period of demolitions. Inspired, Rockefeller handpicked 3 trees for the next 3 Christmases, 1931, 1932, and 1933. The special tree would make its first appearance at the center on the 4th year, 1934. Sit back and listen to an audiobook, I guess.
During the first winter of the center's construction, the workers set up a Christmas tree just outside the entrance. It was an uncanny sight to see a green fir stand in the middle of what appeared to be a no-man's land. But this tree, humbly ordained with strings of cranberries, buttons, and tin cans, greatly affected me.
Tin cans? Nigga, what? That's not a fucking
even
ornament.
in the darkest of times, the American people will light the beacons of hope. I thought it could be the start of a great and inspiring tradition, so I traveled north to Babylon in
Babylon?
search of a Christmas tree
What?
for the following year.
Babylon. Like Persia? But is there a place in the United States called Babylon? Or are they talking about something else? Because the only Babylon I know of is like Persian Babylon. Like Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Okay.
For 12 days and 12 nights, Mr. Rockefeller looked for the best tree in the forest. How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller? No, it's much too short. How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller?
Virginia, you need to take
it's
some
much
art
too
classes.
sad.
This shit is ass.
How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller? No, it's much too average.
What does that mean?
Mr. Rockefeller soon feared that he would leave empty-handed.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Then, on the 12th night, just as he was packing up his stuff, Mr. Rockefeller
It would be
heard
like
the
a jelly
sweetest
bean.
tune in
Ew.
his ear. It sounded as though the very wind itself had fallen in love. He and his men followed the song.
Naked
and
ass
found
tree.
themselves at the base
Wait a minute.
of the forest.
Wait. Isn't this the tree that was in the Washington Monument? Or are there like other trees like it? Because this is clearly not in the that's clearly not in Washington, is it? And by this time, because Rockefeller was around in the early 1900s, right? So, excuse me, sorry. So, most definitely would have had to have been somewhere else. So there's multiple special trees. There has to be, or else this makes no sense.
Very special tree. How about this one, Mr. Rockefeller?
It's naked though.
Perfect.
It's naked
For the
though.
rest of the night, the men swung their axes at the special tree.
Of course.
Chop, chop, chop.
Indeed.
However, when the sun rose, the tree was still standing. Their axes had left no marks at all. Mr. Rockefeller
Trees made
was
out of fucking
surprised.
vibranium.
The next day,
Well, yeah, we know that
Mr.
we know that some lumberjack tried to cut down one of these trees before, and his lung collapsed.
Rockefeller and his men laid 100 sticks of dynamite around
Oh,
the
you're about
tree.
to kill somebody.
3, 2, 1, boom!
Boom, indeed.
Yet, the special tree continued to stand. Mr. Rockefeller was surprised.
I would be too,
And Mr.
Rockefeller.
Rockefeller decided to hire the best team of grave diggers to take the tree out of the ground. After a week of digging, they told Mr. Rockefeller the tree will be out in 3 years at this rate.
3 years is
Mr.
crazy.
Rockefeller was surprised that he decided to let the grave diggers work. He would pick the next 3 best trees for the next 3 Christmases. But by the 4th year, the special tree was ready.
Got that
to
bitch
be
in a
cut.
giant pot. This is a tragedy. That's what happens when you move shit from the ground that you're not supposed to remove.
For the last 2
Nigga looks like a
years,
corpse.
I have seldom mentioned the tragedy that occurred at the center.
Of course.
Many have taken offense at my silence,
I would too.
claiming it to be the result of a desensitization to workplace accidents. Indeed, I have seen enough accidents in 3 lifetimes, but nothing could have prepared me for what happened.
Bro has no upper lip. Ew. This nigga's lips making me mad, bro. Ew. His entire face just doesn't look like it doesn't look. Is that like an actual picture of Rockefeller, or is that like? Because AI wasn't as good as it was as it is now, so you couldn't really AI generate it. You had to like fucking deep fake it. Back in like this was what 2021? No, 2020. This was in 2020. Ew. Hold on. Ugh. Professor X looking ass nigga. Okay, it is a actual picture of Rockefeller. Oh my god, this nigga looks. This image is haunting me. His entire demeanor makes me want to vomit. He looks like a ghost. Like he shouldn't exist. Who is this? That's Rockefeller? Bro, the chops on this man are insane. I can see why you had that mustache. The mustache hid the fact that you had 0 upper lip. His mouth looks like a ball. His mouth looks like someone's asshole. Ew. Ew. That's so nasty, bro. And then this man had a cranium, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's so fucked. He needed that facial hair. It was a saving grace. This looks like a mugshot. Like, this looks like fucking John Wilkes Booth's mugshot or something. Oh, it's so nasty. He's just such a nasty looking person. He just looks like an asshole. And he was an asshole. If you do any amount of research on Rockefeller, you know how much of an asshole he was. Oh, his there's no soul in those eyes.
Blame the center's original construction workers for the tragedy, since it was their very own Christmas tree that had started the whole tradition. But the truth is that their tree brought joy and wonder to the public. It was my tree, and my tree alone, that brought about the unprecedented law.
Why did we skip from 1 to 26? What happened through 2 to 25? Or are we just skipping to all of the parts that have to do with this shit?
On a cold December morning in Midtown Manhattan, Rockefeller's men.
Okay, yeah, no, it's not in DC.
Heave ho! Heave ho! Heave ho!
Ew.
By the afternoon,
This shit looks like Bruce Stew's drawings. Shout out to Bruce Stew.
it was unlike any other tree, having no color, branches, or leaves. The mayor of New York, Mr. Guardia, thought that the tree was too
Naked
big
ass
and
tree.
asked for
Butt
branches
naked
to be
ass
added
tree.
so that ornaments could be hung. Mr. Rockefeller didn't agree. He thought the tree was perfect, just the way it was. But since Mayor Guardia had been one of his best friends, Mr. Rockefeller told his men to glue some branches on.
Okay.
I, Virginia, watched as the men placed branches on the special tree. I had saved my money for over 9 months to purchase a little.
It took you 9 months to buy a star ornament?
The very first person
Jesus Christ.
to decorate the Rockefeller tree. It lived in my pocket while I watched, because I planned to hang my ornament as soon as the tree was standing. After the final branch had been
I'm about to get absolutely rambunctious in this bitch. Why does this keep happening? I don't need this. Get off of my screen.
at it while I watched, because I planned to hang mine, because I wanted to be the very first person to decorate the Rockefeller.
Let me regain my composure.
It laid in my pocket while I watched, because I planned to hang my ornament as soon as the tree was standing.
Okay.
After the final branch had been added and all the men left, I quickly ran up to the tree. But to my astonishment, the lowest branch of the tree was over twice my height.
That's tough.
I jumped as high as I could, but still, the lowest branch was out of my reach. I was very disappointed. I wanted to be the very first person to decorate the tree, but now I had no chance. Unless I called my friends. At once, I began counting my friends on my fingers. There was Helen, Charles, Elizabeth, Alice, Joseph, Elsie, Orville, Edith, Olive, and Philip. 10 friends that I could ask for help. Then I realized that 10 friends standing on each other's shoulders could put me at the very top of the Christmas tree. My star
How?
would be the first and the tallest.
How tall are you guys?
Without a second to spare, I ran from door to door asking for help. Knock, knock, knock. Helen, are you there? Knock, knock, knock.
Don't tell me you're
Charles,
gonna do this 10
are you
times
there?
over. This is gonna be
Knock,
annoying.
knock, knock. Elizabeth, are you there? Eventually, I gathered all 10 of my friends at the bottom of the Rockefeller Christmas tree. I told them my plan, to have them all stand on each other and form a ladder for me to climb to the top. My friends understood my excitement, and they quickly started to climb onto each other's shoulders. Ow! Helen had stepped on Charles' fingers. Ow! Charles had stepped on Elizabeth's fingers.
Don't do this shit.
Ow! Elizabeth had stepped on Alice's fingers. After many groans and tumbles, my friends formed a sturdy ladder, and I began to climb. My joy grew with every passing face, and before I knew it, I was at the very top, looking down at the tree. My ladder of friends swayed back and forth, and occasionally felt like it was about to collapse.
Unsurprisingly,
I tuned out the movement and
you have a bunch of
focused
like
on the
5-year-olds stacked on top of each other.
Closer,
They're not the
closer.
strongest people on the
Then
planet.
I secured the metal star at the top of the tree. It was perfect. Hooray! Victory! I'm the first! Just then, there was a strange sound. The tree began to shake. Its glued branches fell off all at once, and the entire tree slowly bent backwards. Soon, the very top of it touched the ground, forming a perfect arc. It was like a very strange rainbow.
Nothing like a
My
rainbow.
heart sank as I saw my star gently slide to the ground from the tree's top. Bolts of lightning then shot out from inside the arc of the tree, producing thunderous booms. The
Dumbass
lightning
boys.
scared my friends and me. We all tumbled to the ground and ran in all directions, but the lightning caught up to us. I was blinded by a great white light.
Damn.
I remember when my eyes adjusted, I was in a field of
Okay.
special trees.
So,
And
my original question of are there multiple special trees is confirmed here. Because this one was in Manhattan, and the other special tree was in D.C. Washington D.C. because that's where the Washington Monument is, right? Let me fact check myself. Yeah, Washington D.C. Okay. I'm not done. I'm not done. Okay, we're good.
and I saw.
No, you
my
saw.
eyes adjusted.
You saw what?
I was in a field of special trees, and I
So I saw so many people.
One man ran up to me and whispered, "The trees are not trees." Redacted.
In a flash, I returned to the street where my friends and I had been struck by the lightning. We were all on the ground, being attended to by other people. I had scratched my legs badly, and I could see that my friends were also hurt.
That one looks dead.
I looked up at the Rockefeller buildings, and I thought that they looked a little different. The whole street looked a little different, and the special tree was nowhere in sight.
It is only natural for the reader at this point to wonder why the incident has been referred to as a tragedy. There had been no loss of life, and, aside from a few temporary scorch marks on the center, no damage to the surrounding property. I, too, assumed it was a mostly inconsequential event, likely an electrical accident whose effects were exaggerated by the children at the scene. I was grateful that every life involved had been spared. A death at the center would have weighed heavily on my mind for some time. But when I encountered the results of the children's medical examinations, I wished that a death had occurred in place of the
Unfathomable. Why would you prefer death? What does that mean? I mean, we know about the Washington wormhole, so it has to have something to do with that.
Visited me at the hospital, but they looked completely different. Ma looked worried. After she wiped her tears, she asked, "Did you hang your bear at the Rockefeller tree?" I answered, "It wasn't a bear. I was going to hang a star." To which they asked, "What do you mean?" Pa asked, "Where did you get these clothes?" I answered, "These are my clothes, the ones you helped me put on this morning." To which they asked, "What do you mean?" My ma then asked, "Why are there dots all over your face?" I answered, "Those are my speckles. I've had them since I was little." To which they asked, "What do you mean?" My parents quietly left my bed and talked to my friend's parents. Then they all started to cry and yell. The nurses made them leave, which made me feel better. None of us thought that our real parents had visited, but they all did feel familiar. Orville and Philip were especially shaken. They didn't even share the same last name with their parents.
What?
The nurses tried to convince us that those who had visited us were our parents.
Most definitely
and that
were
we
not.
would come around to properly greet them after we healed. But it was hard to believe. Whenever I looked out the window, I saw that Manhattan looked different from memory. Mr. Rockefeller himself was kind enough to visit us in the hospital. He asked us whether we were okay, and then after some time, he and the nurses began to ask us some very easy questions about American history. With every reply, they would chuckle and shake their heads, until I told Mr. Rockefeller who I thought he was. He chuckled at first, and then became silent, as if the simple fact had deeply affected him. He had asked all my friends a few more questions about himself, and with each answer, he seemed a little more scared. Mr. Rockefeller quietly stood with the nurses for a while, before he wished us a Merry Christmas and left.
Of course.
That evening, the nurses took x-rays of us to make sure we hadn't broken our ribs. Usually, those taking the x-rays are more than happy to show their patients what the pictures looked like. But when I asked to see them, the nurses ignored me. I didn't fall asleep that night. I kept my ear close to the wall to hear what the nurses were saying next door. I heard one sentence over and over. Everything's backward.
What the fuck does that mean?
I wondered what they meant by that. I never told my friends, because I didn't want to scare them. but I spent the rest of the night with my hand to my chest, wondering if my heart was ever on the right side.
Does that mean like on the right side as in directional, or like does she mean like, oh, is my heart always on the left side? I'm a little confused by that sentence. There's so many things that could be, that there's two ways that can be interpreted. I don't know which one is the right one though.
For several weeks, the children were kept under observation at the Columbia Presbyterian Hospital. I visited them as soon as I had the chance to. All the families of these children were deeply unsettled, that they had all independently come to the conclusion their child had been replaced by a doppelganger. They claimed that these new sons and daughters possessed substantial differences from their real children. The majority of differences involved altered physical attributes and the inability to recognize familiar locations and characters, such as their parents and their homes. Two boys even claimed to have names different to those that their mothers had given them at birth.
That one looks evil as fuck. This one looks evil as hell.
But of all the discrepancies, the most bizarre was their faulty recollections of notable persons and events. For instance, each of the affected children claimed that I had become the wealthiest man in America through an oil monopoly. It is common knowledge that I did indeed work at an oil refinery in
President?
but to entirely deny my two terms.
What is this? That's nasty looking. Oh my god. Rockefeller is just a nasty looking human being in general. It's so foul.
As president, and insist instead that I had always been a mere philanthropist struck me as being particularly odd. The families were agonized by the children's behavior. Some continue to search for their real children. I support their endeavors, for I do not believe that the children's afflictions were the result of hysteria. Every day, I find myself recollecting the day that I had selected the tree. I have since realized the difficulties involved in the removal of it should have repeatedly discouraged me. And had I been discouraged, the families of those children would not be experiencing the anguish that they currently have. Perhaps I never had the opportunity to select another tree. Perhaps I was meant to select that tree regardless of my persistent character. Perhaps we are all trolleys, forced to follow the path of the track to each of our destinations. I take solace in that thought. Or perhaps the tree chose me.
Meeting, including my father, believed that the 1934 Christmas tree vanished. This is untrue. I've seen it wandering in the plaza on many occasions, and it resembles a man far more than any tree. Huh? Excuse me, bitch? What do you mean it resembles a man? John D. Rockefeller Jr. GE. Focus the frame. Shit. I want to see what type of rambunctious nonsense you're spewing out. You're rattling on about. What the fuck is that? Oh, okay. Alright.
there's so much to unpack with this one. So not only is James Dean president, but John D. Rockefeller, the oil tycoon, the rich douchebag, is also president. And now it's confirmed that that this takes place in a completely different universe, because Wormhole got them over to the universe where Rockefeller and James Dean are president. That begs the question of what's going on in our universe at this time. Oh, there's so much. Oh, there's so many details. Okay, I gotta come back after stream ends, go back and write all of this. I have to go back and watch it, do like a thorough watch, even more thorough watch through than I am right now. Because right now I'm just reacting, analyzing, and talking at the end of the videos. I had to go do a full deep dive into, because I'm sure there's stuff that I've missed. There's definitely stuff that I've missed, and I definitely have to go back and rewatch it. Oh, so because John Rockefeller decided, in common rich douchebag shit fashion, oh, there must be a sleep. In common douchebag fashion, he decided he was going to continue with the special tree project after they couldn't even blow the bitch out of the ground. They couldn't cut it down. They had to dig it out. They had to dig it. They had to remove it from the from the ground manually and bring it to Rockefeller Center. Rockefeller Plaza. My fault. And we already know what the special trees are capable of, because because in Washington DC we saw the same thing happen to 20 other people. And they appeared at the bottom of the monument. Some of them going missing in 1910, from between 1910 and what? It was like 1976. And then they all appeared at the bottom of the monument in 2003, which is insane. Oh, okay. That was a lot to take in. Arnoldson. I knew it was going to come back up. Virginia Arnoldson. But it's spelled different from Maya Arnoldson, right? Okay, so the Arnoldson plays a big role here. And evidently so does Rockefeller. Okay. Let's continue. Okay. Hey. Me and my brother did. Then I saw something really weird. What is it with these people being incapable of focusing their cameras? No. It made the whole place smell like vinegar? Ew.
Okay. So you're just gonna leave with the UFO running around, smelling, making things reek of vinegar? You're just gonna let that? Fuck. Fucking gnat. It's buzzing around me. Then I saw it again. Can you zoom out a little bit? Focus the frame, maybe? I'm cutting this off a... What is that? Is that a head? That was definitely a head. I gotta go back. You can't wait. No, you can't just. No, you can't just do that. Okay. You can't just show me stock footage of the Grand Canyon after showing me what looked like a giant cranium emerging from the canyon. Can't do that. You're not allowed to do that. Research on what we found out what we saw. It's called a canyon gland, or a canyon crab. He used vinegar to shrink its huge head back into its body. My dad said the reason he went on this trip was so he could find his sister Maya Arnoldson. I told you. I think that was Maya. What the fuck? Why? Head off trail. Thanks for watching. Arnold. Arnoldson. Yeah, it's gonna keep coming up, isn't it? Wait, what? What's with the screams of the innocent? Alright, let's come back to this. Since they decided they wanted to... Okay, so yeah, this is definitely a cranium. That was confirmed. State of O.M. Gallagher. What the fuck does that mean? Do we know anyone? Part 1, sculptor. 12 minutes. Alright, this is the last one for season 1. Alright, gotta remember these. Thomas U. Walter. Montgomery Mages? Thomas Crawford, Alfonso Zeffino, detective, sculptor, architect, engineer, Washington, D.C., Livorno, Italy. Liberty must stand on the Capitol dome. Yes, I'll find an artist to bring this statue to life. Would you provide a design for the statue? Most certainly. Freedom 1, Freedom 2, Freedom 3. In the trailer, we saw Freedom 3 fall. Freedom 3 will do, but change her cap. I remove the cap and begin to cast. 6 weeks later. Freedom is difficult to cast. Apologies for delays. 3 weeks later. Is Freedom on her way?
Inspector Zafino speaking. Mr. Crawford passed away. Monarcha will receive freedom. Expect arrival in a month. Wait, did they say anything else? Okay. Daughter. Read by an anti-student in Gibraltar. Papa's sketches for freedom are beautiful. She looks like Mama if she's a queen. I asked Papa if he could make a statue that looks like me. He said yes. Papa went to... I'm not going to read this.
Gli ho chiesto se avesse già iniziato a lavorare alla mia statua ed ha continuato a sorridermi. Io credo di sì. Papino è molto gentile. 13 aprile. Non abbiamo avuto notizie di papà per un po' di giorni. È già successo in passato, dato che è solito lavorare al suo studio per tanto tempo, ma la mamma oggi era molto preoccupata. È andata nel suo studio dopo avermi messo a letto. 15 aprile. Mamma è tornata a casa stanotte e è andata dritta verso la sua stanza. 16 aprile. Oggi è venuto l'ispettore, ci ha chiesto di papino e poi è andato nella stanza della mamma. Un paio di momenti dopo sono arrivati più uomini. Mamma stava
Why? What's going on?
Continuano a gridare.
Obviously he
Lei ha
died.
i suoi occhi. Lei ha i suoi occhi. Ero spaventata. Sono scappata via dalla casa.
The statue?
18 aprile. E ricordo papino dire alla mamma come la statua sarebbe stata messa in una nave chiamata Monarca. Sono andata al porto e l'ho trovata accorata là vicino. Accanto alla nave c'erano alcune scatole. Tappi della libertà erano in ciascuna di esse. Mi sono intrufolata in una scatola che era vuota. Spero che venga mandato dove sta papino. Sento il suo spirito vicino alla libertà. 21 aprile. Sono molto affamata. Le scatole sono legate con una corda, quindi non posso uscire da sola. C'è un forte rumore nella stanza, come dell'argilla trascinata per il pavimento. Posso sentire le corde che vengono tagliate e qualcosa di grosso uscire da una scatola. È papino? Ci sono molti altri suoni, come legno che si rompe.
The fuck?
Dato che le corde sono rotte, sono uscita in fretta dalla scatola ed ho trovato del pane e della frutta nella stanza accanto. Mi sono sbagliata. Non è papino, ma ha i suoi occhi. 24 aprile. Ho paura di entrare di nuovo nella scatola. Ieri ha fatto suoni più rumorosi. Mentre cercavo per del cibo, credo che mamma mi abbia vista. La scatola è l'unico posto per nascondersi. Le corde continuano ad essere rotte da quella cosa con gli occhi di papino. Ho paura che quella cosa mamma mi abbia vista. La scatola è l'unico posto per nascondersi. Le corde continuano.
I'm scared that it or the man will open my box. Okay.
Ho paura che quella cosa o quell'uomo possano aprire la mia scatola. Non scriverò più molto perché ho paura di fare rumore. Scriverò nuovamente quando arriverò sulla terraferma. 29 aprile. La cosa con gli occhi di papà oggi mi ha presa. Mi ha tenuta mentre correva attraverso la giungla. La sua spada ha tagliato centinaia di alberi. Non ho potuto vedere molto nel buio, ma ho potuto vedere gli occhi di papà fissarmi da quelle palpebre metalliche. Siamo scesi giù per un buco e in una grotta profonda. Dopo avermi messo a terra, ha acceso un fuoco colpendo le sue braccia contro delle pietre. Ormai è da ore che affila la sua spada con le rocce, ma non ho mai guardato la lama. Oggi, sin da quando ho iniziato a scrivere, la cosa con gli occhi di papino ha fissato me.
Ew, that's terrifying. Part 3. Captain. Excerpts from the captain's log of the Monarcha. Date, 19th April.
6 casse sono state caricate all'alba.
Loaded
Sono
at
pesanti.
dawn.
Ciascuna di esse contiene una parte di una grossa scultura. 29 aprile. Si metterete...
Wait, what?
19 aprile. 6 casse sono state caricate all'alba. Sono
storage room.
pesanti.
No
Ciascuna di esse contiene una
sliding is
parte di una grossa
possible.
scultura.
No
29
sliding is
aprile.
possible.
Si metterete Gibraltar all'alba.
Dawn. The ship took hours to steer into port. There were many, many holes in the storage room. Each one allowed enormous amounts of water to enter. Without the tar, we would have
La nave
sunk
ci ha
in
messo
3
ore per
days.
approdare nel porto. C'erano molti buchi neri postiglie. Ciascuno di essi ha permesso ad enormi quantità d'acqua di entrare.
Why couldn't they
Cerca
continue the
trame
first
saranno
one?
saldati
That's the
più
29th of April.
Abbiamo
We
aperto le
opened the
casse per
crates
gli
for
ufficiali
passing
della
process.
dogana.
The crates
Le
were
casse
empty.
erano vuote.
Commissioner H. Morgan.
On the morning of April 29th, we received numerous reports regarding a tremendous force that rushed up the rock, which tore down hundreds of trees and created several landslides throughout the previous night. One civilian likened the phenomena to the work of a gigantic crazed phallo. Due to the sheer number of reports and the high level of concern in the surrounding community, I deployed myself along with 13 officers to the rock in search of an explanation. We discovered that there was indeed a newly forged trail through the dense foliage stretching almost the entire height of the rock. The trail was astonishingly linear, with no bends in the path. The cuts to the trees themselves were precise. The downed trees continued to be warm to the touch, presumably due to the extreme speed of this force. A few fires present along the trail were extinguished by fellow officers as we traversed the rock. The path ended at a large crevice in the ground, which looked to be an entrance to a large underground cavern.
Okay.
After requesting additional men and equipment, Officer Hadley descended into the crevice. It was not long until Hadley exclaimed in fright and urged us all to enter. Within the following hour, the majority of us were in the cavern, which appeared to be an undiscovered offshoot of St. Michael's Cave. In the middle of the location stood a plaster model of a tall Greco-Roman statue of a woman. Surrounding this sculpture were the splayed remains of an individual, flattened like a set of clothes.
Ew.
A hollowed-out torso was stretched a quarter of the way up the statue, the sight of which compelled a few of the officers to exit the cavern.
Gross.
The human remains were collected and sent to the morgue, while the sculpture was cleaned and lifted out. The statue's blade, held in its right hand, matched the cuts present on the downed trees. Despite the fantastical implications of this detail, the Gibraltar police force officially concludes that the work of the crazed phallo was nothing more than the result of heavy winds.
Now how the fuck would they be heavy
During a
winds?
secondary investigation, a journal was discovered in the cabin. A translation of its Italian text is in progress.
But that little girl is definitely dead. Part 5, Craftsman. No, it's part 4. I think. I don't remember. I'm dumb.
Arrives the tight-knit wooden ship. The plaster body is absent. Instead, a tall, wounded woman sleeping in its vessel.
What?
Donning a helmet wrapped in a robe. Clutching a sword and a damaged shield. Overheard a conversation with the captain. A violent conflict with Freedom at the port in Gibraltar. They tell me inside her is the plaster, and I walk away, silently believing Freedom craved liberation so terribly she tried to take it for herself. But off the ship, she was dragged away. Freedom locked up. Freedom in chains. They tell me I have to take it out of her. So hook, rope, peel, and pull. When it was done, Freedom stood motionless. Freedom stood still.
So there's something.
I see the final bronze woman, and I feel as if, maybe even hope, she's only dormant now.
That's
and will
terrifying.
Awaken again.
That is a terrifying picture, to say the least. Part, whatever, sculpture. Wait, so there's something in it? Antidina Association storms U.S. Capitol building. Millions look on in horror during attack on democracy. I can't read what that says. Statue of Freedom shot down by Antidina Association gunfire. probably the dumbest thing I've ever seen somebody do. Especially if it is alive, like sentient. I wouldn't mess with it. The fuck? What was that? What is that sound? Oh, what the fuck is that? Yo, don't slowly appear on my screen. Okay. So that first one was, so this is obviously fucking God. Okay, so this is obviously the statue itself. You can tell the eyes, the cap, all that, whatever. And then you have this creature. This looks like one of the canyon creatures that we saw in Canyon Crowns. What's it doing here, though? Why was this child brutally murdered by Freedom? Human remains, splayed remains of an individual, flattened like a set of clothes, and a hollowed out torso. So was the child used to essentially become Freedom, and then the statue was obviously already sentient when it took her, and I guess maybe the child was used to finish Freedom. There's so much to unpack here, and I can't unpack it all. Okay, so like I promised before, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna read all of these in order. All of the descriptions. Okay. There's nothing in this one. Archivist notes. It is believed that all surviving audio recordings of the infamous 1889 Liberty Lurker interview with Frederick August Bartholdi are fakes produced by American publicists at the turn of the 20th century. Archaic spellings and minor deviations of in French transcriptions can be attributed to these publicists. The deviations have been preserved to maintain transcriptions' historical integrity, while American publicists correctly capitalize etats unis, United States, in their transcriptions of the Liberty Lurker interviews. French writers often leave the country in lowercase to subtly hint at their own anti-American sentiments. Includes a newly restored clip from STLLI 1.8084. Film damage is no longer visible. Okay. We already saw that one. We already saw that one. Dean Democracy. This one we did not read. Excerpts from the 2002 documentary Dean Democracy, a look back at America's 37th president. Air Force One Angel. It remains a mystery how the angel bypassed the anti-burglary doors of Air Force One. The doors' jagged lines and sophisticated lock mechanisms were designed that no Slim Jim would be effective. Peculiar distortions in the plastic doorway of the main entrance are attributed to the angel. Nearly all existing photographs and videos of the angel were taken as stops of Air Force One made during its flight. Air Force One was successfully shot down when it re-entered the restricted airspace of Washington, D.C. Archivist notes. None. Maya Arnoldson. I remember. We told you that name was going to be important. Footage from the 2003 event may trigger seizures in people with photosensitive epilepsy. Yeah, I probably should have read that before. It includes a newly restored clip from Washington Standard Operation. Film damage is no longer visible. The 20th Washington absentee has been identified. Who was it, though? We never got that information. Partially restored. Okay. Rockefeller tragedy. Rockefeller tree tragedy. Yeah, forgot that one. Canyon Crown. 2 cameras were used during the Arnoldson's trip. So it's a family, the Arnoldson family. A professional photography camera and a one-time use video camcorder. The inexpensive camcorder produced low-quality clips which were further degraded by the stabilization effects added with May's Movie Maker. Freedom Faller. To minimize disorientation, the Monarcha's route was simulated through a contemporary map from our timeline. The modern-day borders of European countries are widely known. In regards to Freedom's metal eyelids, as mentioned in Nina Crawford's journal, it is believed that the child was unfamiliar with the term plaster and instead used the most durable material she knew of, metal. Oh my god. Okay. I'm tempted to continue. However, I'm going to let this rest for now, and I will most definitely continue streaming. Probably later on today, technically. It's 12:21 here where I'm at. Man, this has been an incredible watch. Aside from the fucking pop-up interruptions, that pissed me off a lot. But thank you for anybody who tuned into the stream and anybody who watches this, like the VOD after. Thank you for watching, and hopefully this gets some continued support. I'd like to make a short little career out of being a YouTuber or content creator. And I hope I was able to add some good narration, some comedic aspects to what is overall a very captivating analog horror series. So, thank you for the support. And I will see you guys most likely later on today. Love you all.